So apparently you guys like it when I talk about certain builds for races and stuff, and the one I've gotten the most after my last two build videos is a Frieza race build. So for all you people out there that are trying to slay some Saiyans, you know I'm trying to conquer planets and shit, I got you. This is the build that's gonna let you conquer universes. Stay tuned. Why do I have to say it? Man, I don't even care. What is up, people of all different types of ages, races, genders, and yes, even you other species out there watching this video? My name is Omega Pro, and my research is done, complete, finito. Is that a thing in a certain language? Anyways, let's talk about a offensive build for your Frieza race character. Now, I don't know exactly what I'll call this build, but it is centered around your ki. I feel like this is the major way that Frieza race characters have a benefit over every other race, is because once they turn into golden form, they have that little death beam move and stuff, and this build is going to take advantage of that as much as humanly possible. So the last attribute that I'll talk about in this video, you can sort of decide between two. I like one, but you might like the other, so I'll give you the options. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this. So similar to my Saiyan glass cannon build, you're not going to be putting in anything into your health. This build here, and the builds in general that I like for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, heavily revolve around just pouring all of your points into like one attribute. So with this build, and with most of my builds that I'll tell you guys, except for the first one that I did, I will put max stats into 3 abilities, and then if you have any other left over, if you do Guru or whatever you want to do, if you want to do 100 or 125, if you get your potential unleashed by Guru, then it's up to you on whatever you want to put the rest of your points into. But ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and start this off already. I've kept y'all waiting long enough, I do declare. Anyway, first and foremost, of course, it's a ki build. You gotta have maximum ki. This is going to allow you to use a lot of your supers, a lot of your ultimates, and of course your ki blast and everything like that. So that way, you know what I'm saying, you make sure that you're on the tippity top, the uppity up on your ki, and you're not running out of ki, because I feel like for this Frieza race build, it's going to be super important to max out your ki. And I'm also going to talk about another ability later on in this game, or in this game, in this video, that's going to be essential, that you're going to want a lot of ki for, to deal maximum amounts of damage. Do you feel me up top? Anyway, next up, you're going to want to have max ki blast supers. Now, I know a lot of people like strike supers, but if you want to be serious about it, let's just take a look in the I don't know what I'm trying to say, but let's just take a look at it from this perspective. There aren't a lot of strike supers in Xenoverse 2, especially really great strike ultimates, and there's one ki blast super that is super important that I feel you should have for this build, and that's going to be Emperor's Death Beam. This move will deplete your ki for however much ki you have, and it'll keep dealing damage based upon how much ki you have. So if you have the maximum amount of ki and you're using Emperor's Death Beam, then you're gonna keep just shooting out Emperor's Death Beams until the day's over, you know what I mean? So you're gonna have a lot of damage coming out of just this one super alone. So if you can punish your opponent and land this move, and it's pretty easy to land, I just feel like this is a move you have to have for this kit. So not only am I telling you to have these certain attributes for your build, but I'm also telling you to use at least Emperor's Death Beam for this build. And other moves like that drain your ki the more you use it or something like that, those are good moves to use for this build, because you have so much ki that you can afford to do all of this. So I would definitely recommend picking up Emperor's Death Beam at the very least, and then of course going on more than that, picking up other moves that are similar to that, and also getting up your ki blast supers, so that way you're dealing the most damage that you can with these moves. So whether or not you're doing PvE, you're doing parallel quests or raid quests, you're going to be dealing a lot of damage. Or even if you're one of the people that like to play without limitations when you play online, you're going to be dealing so much damage, and because you have the maximum amount of ki, you're going to be dealing that damage a lot. So you can either unload your whole barrel, you know what I'm saying, when you do Emperor's Death Beam, or you can be a little bit more conservative and use a lot of other supers and maybe even a different ultimate if you don't want to burn all of your ki just on that one move. And the beauty of having maximum ki is that you can use other moves, even other ultimates, and still have enough ki to let off a very, very damaging Emperor's Death Beam. So I'm going to have to push and recommend that you guys get Emperor's Death Beam and use this as your secret weapon, because it's been working out for me. I love Emperor's Death Beam, and I think it's essential for this build. And the next attribute you can get up, it all depends on which one you want to go for. For me, I play a very, very risky play style, and I go for max basics here. Now, I like to do a lot of combos. I actually don't really use supers that much when I play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, just because I'm always scared that they're going to miss, and if they miss, I'm left wide open, and your boy can get those booty cheeks spread a little open, and I don't want that. So I would generally go for max basics because I just love comboing. That's like how I prefer to play this game. It's just natural to me, because when I play other fighting games, you don't really have, Emperor's Death Beams coming out and shit. So I just like to use a lot of basic attacks and stuff like that. That's just the way I play fighting games in general. But if you don't want to use your basic attacks, you can also put this into stamina. And this is probably the safer build to go with if you go with stamina. Now, of course, there's trade-offs here. If you go with max basic attacks, you won't have as much stamina, but when your stamina depletes, it'll recharge a lot faster because there's not as much stamina to recharge. Whereas if you have a bunch of stamina, you might get a little, you might have a little bit more liberty with your Z vanishes and stuff like that, and the next thing you know, you're out of stamina, or even worse, you get stamina broken and you're waiting 600 days for your stamina to come back. So it really depends on what you want. I'd rather have the maximum amount of basic attacks, so that way my combos are dealing a lot more damage, than have to wait, like 6 billion days for my stamina to return. Again, I left this one in here because I figured you guys would be the best judge for whatever kind of build you want to go for. And even if you try one build and you don't end up liking it, you can always wish to reset your skills with your boy Shenron, so that's always an option for you. So that is my ki blast, my ki based Frieza race build. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. You guys seem to love these build videos. Feel free to check out my other two. The other ones was a glass cannon, a very, very offensive Saiyan build, and another one was a very balanced build that I use personally to get through the story and to get through parallel quests and stuff like that. So you guys can go ahead and check those out. If you feel so inclined, they'll play at the end of this video. But I would like to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like rating if you did enjoy it at all, if you found it helpful or anything like that, or you just want to show support to the boy, you know what I'm saying? I don't judge. Leave a comment down below on other videos you guys want me to do. Of course, follow me on Twitter at OmegaProYT. Check out my podcast, all that bullshit in the description below. Go ahead and click that. You're gonna have a good time following me on everything. You feel me? Subscribe here if you're new, because we got Xenoverse 2 all the time. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.